Good evening, I'm Kristen Hawkins, President of Students for Life of America. Thank you so much for joining us on this Facebook Live webcast, where we're going to be announcing a massive new initiative that we're going to need your help on. So tonight, we're going to talk about something that's never been done before. And we're coming to you live on Facebook because, quite honestly, it's not going to happen unless you join with us. This is something that we need the entire pro-life movement to get behind. You know, we worked really hard for the past few years, in the past few decades, to get to where we are in the pro-life movement right now. There were a lot of election promises made this fall. Elections, very specific election promises, in fact, to defund Planned Parenthood of our federal taxpayer dollars. Planned Parenthood, as you all know, is the nation's largest abortion vendor. They commit more than 323,000 abortions every single year. Yet they continue to receive more than $500 million of our taxpayer dollars. Just the other week, President Trump, who promised to defund Planned Parenthood's abortion business, remarked that he had offered to Planned Parenthood to continue their federal funding if they would only stop committing abortions. What was Planned Parenthood's response? No way. Planned Parenthood's President Cecile Richards actually tweeted out that abortions were as vital to Planned Parenthood's mission whereas pap smears and cancer services. This is crazy. So I'm broadcasting tonight from Washington, D.C. I was here today. Our team has been on the ground. There's been some exciting opportunities for our movement since January. However, we are at risk of losing one of those campaign promises, and that promise is to defund Planned Parenthood. There's a lot of technical things, and I don't want to get into too many technical things that are happening on Capitol Hill. We have a lot of great leaders who are trying to do everything they can to make sure they uphold their promises to defund Planned Parenthood of our taxpayer dollars. They're going to try to defund Planned Parenthood of our taxpayer dollars in something called a reconciliation bill. This would be due by the end of April, and it would defund Planned Parenthood of 80% of their taxpayer funds for the next year. This would be a temporary measure because we do not have 60 votes in the U.S. Senate. So there's a lot of things I can get into tonight about why defunding Planned Parenthood is so important and what's happening right now on the Capitol Hill. But why we're coming to you at Students for Life and why we're launching this massive new campaign is because we're at risk of losing it all. Planned Parenthood is pushing in calls every single day to representatives on Capitol Hill demanding that they continue to fund the abortion Goliath. And pro-lifers have been largely silent. We were loud during the election, but we've been silent ever since. So our team at Students for Life has some information we want to share with you tonight. Tonight we're going to talk to you about why it's so important that we push through. We don't get bogged down in all the stuff that happens in Washington, D.C., why we push through and we demand that our leaders in Washington uphold their promises to defund the nation's largest abortion vendor. We're going to hear from one of our Students for Life chapters who's going to talk about a unique and exciting idea that they implemented on their campuses to have a unique and effective conversation with their peers about why Planned Parenthood doesn't deserve our taxpayer dollars and why, quite honestly, we don't need Planned Parenthood. And then we are going to unveil a massive campaign. And I hope you will stay with us because this is a huge undertaking. It has something to do with baby socks, so I'm going to give you a little teaser right now. Moms, if you're watching this, go and start collecting all the baby socks. We are going to need all of them. So without further ado, I want to hand tonight's webcast over to Missy Stone. She's our National Field Director at Students for Life, and she's going to talk to you about why we must keep this ball rolling, why we must push forward to defund Planned Parenthood, why we must not be silent, why we have to be the loudest people in the room, and why we have to launch this massive grassroots campaign with your help.
Thanks, Kristen. I'm Missy Stone. I'm the National Field Director with Students for Life, and I want to talk about how defunding Planned Parenthood is so crucial to our mission of abolishing abortion in our lifetime. If we want to end abortion, we can't just be visionaries. We have to be strategists. And besides changing hearts and minds, what are some of the most practical things that we can do to end abortion? Defunding Planned Parenthood is a strategic move. Why? Planned Parenthood is the nation's largest abortion provider, accounting for 1/3 of all abortions committed. They have billions of dollars that they invest in the abortion lobby and in successful marketing campaigns. There's a reason a lot of people know the 3% number, and you hear a lot of the same talking points from students on campus. They drive the abortion industry, but it's so much deeper than that. Planned Parenthood has created the abortion culture. They've done a remarkable job normalizing abortion by getting into our school systems very early and laying the groundwork for their corrupt business model. They've spent millions of dollars on marketing campaigns to sell abortion as healthcare from the community level all the way up to becoming DC's talking points for our representatives. If we can get Planned Parenthood defunded and that results in getting them out of schools and crippling their marketing budget and their lobby, then we are disrupting the cycle. We're disrupting the culture that they're trying to build, where human lives are just a commodity. Bottom line, when Planned Parenthood has less money, they commit less abortions and they have less of a cultural impact. It's important to talk about abortion and get to the heart of the issue, but unless we defund the people involved in creating the problem, Planned Parenthood in this case, it will continue. So in the midst of this discussion with the Students for Life America team, one of our regional directors sent us a picture that inspired us to rethink our approach on how we're defunding Planned Parenthood. And Reagan, I just want to hand this over to you and share with us what happened this past week.
Thanks, Missy. Hi, everyone. I'm Reagan Barklage, the Western Regional Director for Students for Life. And I want to encourage you, if you haven't done so already, please share this live video so we can reach as many people as we possibly can. So let me get back to my story. So I was at Fort Hays State University in Western Kansas in a little town called Hays. And one of the members on this group that I was working with, Fort Hays Students for Life, Kaylin, had a little sock on her backpack, a little baby sock. So I asked her what this sock was about. And Kaylin, tell me what you told me about this sock.
Hi. So we are trying at Fort Hays, we're trying to find a creative way of talking to everyone on campus. And we did tabling and pamphlets talking about our group and trying to get it out there more. But nothing was really working that much. So we were thinking we want an authentic conversation with someone. And we were thinking baby socks is really relatable to babies. And why don't we just put it on our backpacks? And so I have my backpack right next to me, actually. So we just put baby socks on our backpacks. And so people in our classes would ask us, why do you have a baby sock? And we replied, we are with Students for Life. And we would talk about what we stand for and what Students for Life stands for. And then we'll have a conversation with them. And a lot of people wanted to join our club and didn't realize we had it. And so it was just a really good way of getting conversations on campus and promoting our club also.
Yes, and I love that idea so much that I had to take a picture of it. And once I posted that picture on Facebook, I had so many other groups contacting me, asking me how they could do an event very similar. Because just like I asked Kaylin why that sock was on their backpack, other students were asking Kaylin the same thing. And that was starting conversations in a gentle way about something that's so difficult to talk about sometimes. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Fort Hays State for this brilliant idea. It's just a great reminder of the victims of abortion. And it was just the cutest idea ever. And I also wanted to say for the rest of you students that we see what you do on campus at Students for Life, and we love the ideas that you bring to the table and your creativeness. And because just like Fort Hays State, when they were doing this really awesome idea, our headquarters was trying to come up with a way to get students involved with defunding Planned Parenthood. Congress is working on reconciling the budget as we speak. And during this whole typical political agenda, we're losing sight of the victims of abortion. And those are the innocent little babies killed every day by Planned Parenthood. In fact, we lose 888 little American babies every day to Planned Parenthood, the largest abortion provider. And because of Fort Hays State Students for Life's idea, we had a big idea, I guess, stemmed from this. So we decided, What if we got the rest of the country involved in this sock campaign? What if we collected 323,999 baby socks across the country and deliver them to Congress, calling on them to defund America's largest abortion chain, Planned Parenthood? And what if thousands of students, while they were collecting these socks across the country, also pinned them on their backpacks to spark conversations on campus and spread the word about Planned Parenthood and why it's so important to defund them in our country? And so that's when we got the brilliant idea of hashtag Sock It to Planned Parenthood. And Tina's going to tell us all about that campaign.
All right. Well, I just am so excited about this. I already have my socks. So we have a historic opportunity to mobilize the entire pro-life movement on defunding Planned Parenthood. And I know what you're thinking, because we were giggling and laughing and thinking we were crazy too. You're thinking we're crazy. How are we going to do this with socks? So we are going to sock it to Planned Parenthood. Our goal again is to gather and present 323,999 baby socks to Congress, or see that Planned Parenthood is defunded. Whichever comes first, that's our goal. So there are so many defund Planned Parenthood efforts going on right now, and we just want to make sure that a clear message is delivered to the decision makers in Congress to show them that there is massive public support for this life-saving action. So what does that mean for you? What are we asking from you? Here, I'm going to ask it of you right now. Are you ready for this? Open another window on your browser. Don't, click out of Facebook, because you want to keep on your seat here with what's going on next. So open another window on your browser if you can, and go to sock, SOCK, IT, to the number 2, pp.com. So I'm going to spell it out. SOCKIT, number 2, pp.com, socket2pp.com. So if you can't go to the website now, you can go after the Facebook Live ends. But I'm going to show you step by step what we're all going to do across this country to show Congress that we want to represent these voiceless victims of Planned Parenthood, but also we want to see them defund Planned Parenthood once and for all. So first, you want to get a pair of clean baby socks. I went to the store and they came with a pair of 2 pairs. So you take your socks, and first, what we want you to do is send a sock. So this sock represents a voiceless victim of Planned Parenthood, and it also delivers a clear message to Congress to defund the abortion chain. So you're going to go to the website, and you're going to send a sock, and it's going to take you to a little message to Congress that you can sign. Mine is not signed, but I did sign it. But so it takes you to an email printout. It'll email it to you. You can print it out, and you can just fold your message. It'll be all filled out, fold it up, take your sock, and my envelope dropped. How embarrassing is that? And you're just going to put it in your envelope with your sock, and you are going to mail it to us. So 1 baby sock with your message to Congress in an envelope. You're going to add postage. It's $2.67 to send this, or 6 forever stamps. It's 6 forever stamps is a lot of stamps, just so you know. I just did this today, and it was a lot of stamps. So you're going to mail your sock and message in so we can deliver it along with the 323,998, because you'll have sent yours in to Congress. So the mailing address to mail it in can be found at the website, socket2pp.com. Don't worry if you missed something here. All of the instructions are on the Socket2PP website, SOCKIT2pp.com. So the second step, just like Kaylin said, is you're going to take the second sock. It's nice that they come in pairs so you can send one. The second one, send a sock, then you're going to pin a sock. So remember how you started with that pair of baby socks? Well, a sock was mailed in during step 1, and now it's time to put your sock on. You're going to pin it to your backpack. You can pin it to your coat or garment. Let the sock be a conversation starter, okay? You're going to get lots of questions. If you're walking around, there's a sock, baby sock pinned to you, people are going to be like, what's up with that baby sock? So step 3, tell your friends. So the success of this campaign depends 100% on you, on word of mouth. It depends on you telling your friends, your family, your neighbors, fellow students, coworkers, everyone you know. So we really want you guys to take photos of you mailing in the sock, post it to social media with the hashtag #SockIt2PP. Take photos of you pinning your sock on, your jacket, your backpack, and post it on social media using the hashtag, guess what? #SockIt2PP. So we want you to send emails to everyone you know, inviting them to join you in sending and pinning socks by visiting SockIt2PP, SockIt2PP.com. So share the campaign news with everyone you know via social media. So I'm just going to do a really quick recap. What do we want you to do? We're asking you to send, pin, tell. Send a sock to Congress, pin a sock on to create a conversation, and then tell your friends about this effort on social media. Tell everyone you know to join. We are literally going to sock it to Planned Parenthood, sock it to PP. This is the moment for the pro-life generation to lead the way to victory over the injustice of abortion. And I am so excited for this.
Thank you, Tina. This team is amazing, and as you can tell, our team is pumped up at Students for Life. Literally, we've been doing calculations of where we're going to store all these socks, because if you weigh out every sock that we hope to get, the 323,999, that's 5 tons of socks. So we have a lot of work cut out for us. Let us handle all of this technical difficulty of how we're going to transfer all these socks to Capitol Hill and present them to Congress. But your job right now is to get those socks into us. This is a huge undertaking. You know, there's a lot of great efforts going on to defund Planned Parenthood, signing petitions, calling your congressman, tweeting your congressman. But this is something that you can do. This is some way that you can be there with us when we present to Capitol Hill, to those legislators, that we are relying on them and we're expecting them to defund Planned Parenthood. So, what do you have to do? Go to SockIt2PP.com. Go there right now. SockIt2PP.com. That's also our hashtag. If you don't have a baby sock lying around, I know a lot of you may not, especially if you're college students, that's okay. You can go ahead and start the process to send in the sock. Then you can either run to Walmart or Target tomorrow and buy socks and mail them to us, or you can donate to Students for Life. It's $3, I think, and we'll buy your sock for you. So for $3, we can buy your sock. So you need to go to SockIt2PP.com. You're going to start filling out your petition, your letter to Congress that's going to be delivered to your congressman and senator. You're going to say yes, whether or not you're mailing in a sock to Students for Life, or you're going to have Students for Life buy your sock for you. Then you're going to take your extra sock, or go find an extra sock, and you're going to pin it to your coat, to your clothes every day, to your backpack, and you're going to start this conversation in your school, at your church, at your parish, at your workplace, at the grocery store, everywhere you go. We want people to go, why are you wearing a baby sock? Because we want to be able to spread the word, which is our third step. Tell people. We need to tell people why we're doing what we're doing. Why are we wearing baby socks? Why are we asking you to wear baby socks? Because it's time to bring the injustice of abortion to an end in our country. And we have to start with Planned Parenthood. They are the nation's largest abortion vendor in our country. As Missy talked about, they are the ones who create this culture by starting in our schools, by putting out all the public relations spin, who put all the money, more than $30 million just into this last election cycle. They're the ones lobbying against common sense legislation. Planned Parenthood is the Goliath of the abortion industry, and we have to start with defunding them of our tax taxpayer dollars. These are the conversations we want you to have when you're talking to your friends and your family about why you're wearing a sock. We know this is a crazy goal. If you know anything about Students for Life, we don't dream small, we dream big. We have a huge mission. Our mission is to abolish abortion in our lifetime, and we have to start with defunding the nation's largest abortion vendor. We have to start with pulling back our taxpayer dollars, because each and every one of us is complicit in these abortions that happen every single day in our country. Planned Parenthood aborts more than 323,999 children every single year. So we are going to collect a sock for each child, each and every boy and each and every girl that Planned Parenthood snuffs from existence. I hope you'll join with us to sock it to PP. I hope you'll go to our website right now, sock, S-O-C-K, pp.com, and get your socks sent in. We need this done. We are in a time crunch, like everything at Students for Life. It's a big idea, and we need it done tomorrow. So we need this sock to come in as soon as possible, because we have to get these to Congress by the end of April. And we're going to continue to collect those socks, because we need to show our leaders on Capitol Hill and Americans that this is the pro-life generation. This is a pro-life country, and we will not tolerate abortion. We will not tolerate Planned Parenthood any longer. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Go to socket2pp.com.